Hello, everyone. Welcome. Darn it, Mel, I should have worn my mask too.
I'm less than 6 feet from my computer.
That's awesome.
Okay. There we go. Joel.
Got the folks coming in. And so just some Zoom etiquette. I know some of you guys have done it already, which is awesome. You guys are the Zoom pros. So I'm going to ask everybody to mute yourself. If you look on your screen and you look all the way to the bottom and over to the left, you will see a little, looks like a microphone icon. And so that says mute. So if you click on it, you'll see a red line going through it, and that would make you muted. And then next to that is video. So if you want to be on video, you can be on video. Otherwise, you can do stop video and just be listening in. For some of us who've done Zoom for quite a while and gotten really creative, if you have the app installed on your device, then you can go right next to that stop video. There's a little, looks like an upside down V. And if you click on it, it says choose a virtual background. And so you can choose one of Zoom's, or you can choose your own, like Jennifer and myself and Dawn, and it looks like Anita has figured it out too.
Yeah.
So if we have a beloved place that is our Zen space, and that's what we have behind us. So we've got the board here. We've got Jennifer Mahaffey and Karen Erickson. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we have the agenda. It looks like I've got everybody who was in the waiting room over now into the Zoom HOA board meeting for Oak Tree. And anybody else who comes in late, I'll just go ahead and admit them in.
Oh, here comes a couple. Is the phone connected, Dawn?
You mean people that are calling in?
Yeah.
I do have a couple that say phone.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So we're good.
All right. Well, like Dawn said, if people come in, she'll just have them pop in. Dawn, is there any other Zoom etiquette we need to go over besides the mute at the moment?
I don't think so. Just again, making sure that you're muted. If you see that it says guest, and you have the Zoom app, then you can go in and edit what your name is.
Also, there's a little feature if you go down to the middle of your screen. You have something called chat. So if you have questions that you want to address during the homeowner forum period, you're more than welcome to send those over to Dawn.
Yes.
Or to the general. You can either choose to chat privately with Dawn or just with everyone. Either way is fine. Oops, what did I just do? I lost you. There you go.
We're here.
hide other things and I lost you. So yeah, and actually go ahead and remain muted until the latter part of the meeting. So I guess I will go ahead and formally call the meeting to order at 4:06. And then that takes us right into approving our last meeting minutes from May, which are in the board packet and also posted on the portal. So
I move to approve.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Pretty challenging. All
I don't
right.
see everybody. Okay, that's her now. Yeah.
I think Patty needs to mute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I shall figure it out. Okay, so the next item we have is the treasurer's report. I will just go ahead and read this little snapshot provided by Nova. So our June 2020 financial reports were emailed to the board on July 13th. As of July 30th, 2020, our current account balances are in the total operating accounts. We have, oh boy, $691,764.46. In our checking account, we have $688,893.04. And in our current reserve account, we have $53,000.22. As of June 30th, our delinquencies are 0. Yay! So that's actually great. But that's our snapshot. If you want more detailed financials, you can always request them from Dawn. She'll be more than happy to provide those to you. All right, let's see. So this might be short and sweet today, which is kind of nice. We're gonna just dive right into our committee reports. It looks like we have ACC Committee up first, and we have Dawn Wilson filling in for Stephen Bay, who's on vacation. So we'll let you take the mic.
Okay, good afternoon. The ACC Committee has been busy in its handling of the ACC request spring surge, including some much involved applications. The committee appreciates homeowners submitting accurate, detailed drawings and plans for your project. We also appreciate your quick response in answering any questions that there may be once those requests have been reviewed. The committee understands that there may be a change to your plans. That being said, we would like to remind you that if you do decide to make changes to your plan, it is important and required to submit an updated ACC request with your neighbor's acknowledgement through the portal to the ACC Committee. Another important reminder is that you, the homeowner, are responsible for obtaining building permits, complying with building codes, and all other government requirements and restrictions for your proposed project. Clean air restrictions are also the homeowner's responsibility when considering construction or use of an outdoor fire pit or outdoor fireplace. Adhering to allowable concrete patio coverage as a percentage of your lot size is also your responsibility. Another homeowner making an exterior alteration to their home does not justify that you can do the same or similar thing to your home. That homeowner may not have followed the rules nor received approval, or another homeowner may have received a variance due to special circumstances. Just a friendly reminder that a Facebook group or other online chat forum should not be used as a resource for homeowners' ACC projects. The best starting point to resource your information for your ACC project that you might find useful is the ACC Standardization tab on the portal. There you will find a list of acceptable solutions for commonly requested exterior alterations, including handrails, roofing materials, house paint, fencing stains, steps, systems, septic covers, outdoor lighting, window shutters, lawn and porch ornamentation. I'd also like to add that if you find any difficulty in submitting your ACC request, please feel free to reach out to Don Wood, who will be able to assist you with answering your questions, as well as helping you submit your request. The ACC committee is expecting to have a couple vacancies on the committee this fall. Recently, the committee implemented a process to invite interested members from the community to a regular meeting with great success. With the response we received, we are confident that all potential vacancies will be filled. If you have any interest in joining the ACC committee, please contact Don Wood.
All right, thank you. All right, so we'll go directly into the Landscape Committee, which is once again Don Wilson.
One second, let me get my notes here. Okay, so the new private property, residents and guests only, as well as the pet owner responsibility signs are expected to be posted very soon. Just a reminder, the end result, once all the signs have been posted, we will have these signs on two signs on a single signpost at all 7 interior entrances to the trail preserve. Additionally, there will be 3 of the original private property no trespassing sign posted strategically at the 3 separate locations along Marvin Road, just inside the boundary of the preserve, and will hopefully, these signs will assist to restrict access to the preserve to only residents and their invited guests, as well as remind pet owners of their responsibilities while walking their pets through the Oak Preserve. The Landscape Committee has been very busy through these past few months. On June 23rd, the Landscape Committee sponsored the Community Spring Cleanup. Gary Cameron from the Landscape Committee did a fantastic job at organizing and executing this event. We also had amazing, great support from the community, with 30+ community members participated in the event. The participants did not find much trash throughout the community, which indicates that the members of the community are doing a great job keeping the community free of trash on an ongoing basis. Community members walked along Marvin Road during the spring cleanup adjacent to the front area, where we picked up quite a bit of trash. We'd like to offer our thanks to all those who participated in the community cleanup. The Landscape Committee will be planning another cleanup this fall. Committee has also been very busy working with Monarch Landscape Company, getting the irrigation fully operational. Now that the system, there have been some significant challenges throughout the process. However, we have been very fortunate to have Monarch, Puget Sound Landscaping, as well as Taylor Morrison, expertise and diligence working together to resolve these challenges in a timely manner. We appreciate everyone's patience and assistance throughout this process, as well as homeowners who submitted resident requests identifying irrigation challenges. Monarch is now going back through the system to making adjustments and repairs with the ultimate goal to provide effective irrigation throughout the community. We would like to remind homeowners again of the resident request that you can submit through the portal. If you have any requests that you have that need landscape of your home that you need to have attention, please submit the request. That request will generate a work order, and you can actually track that work order status by getting information sent to you via email, and you'll be notified when that work order is complete. The Landscape Committee has also been walking through the community with Don Wood on a weekly basis, inspecting the landscape of the community, identifying various tasks for Monarch to complete. This week, Monarch has been working on maintaining both retention pond 1 and 2, as well as removing tansy throughout the community, along with the general weekly yard maintenance. Recently, we had a couple of questions from homeowners asking why Monarch doesn't hand pull weeds. The Landscape Committee worked with the board management and Monarch extensively in 2019 to come up with a suitable contract for the HOA. That being said, the Landscape Committee advises it would be cost prohibitive to have a landscaper hand pull all weeds, and our contract actually specifies mechanical and spraying for weeds. Monarch does spray once a month, as opposed to weekly, as a preference of the community. If at some point in the future the HOA feels like adding an additional large expense to the hand weed the property is necessary, then this can be discussed with the board. Once the county completes the traffic circle project out in front of the community will also be, the Landscape Committee and the community will also be responsible for maintaining landscaping on the east side of Marvin Road along the front boundary of the preserve, as well as a flower bed in the traffic circle. I noticed just this afternoon that they've got sprinklers in, they've got filter in around all the trees, and I believe they've got all those street lights working, so they're moving right along. The committee is anticipating a few vacancies this fall. At this time, we have enough potential new committee members on a waiting list to backfill our expected vacancies. If you are interested in joining the landscape committee, please contact Don Wood. Thank you.
Thanks, Don. All right, so that takes us to the communications committee. Mallory, oh, there you are. You're still here. Short and sweet.
I'm here. Yeah, we don't have much to report because it's not real busy right now. We're still doing the newsletter, and that means we just sent out the July, should have gotten the July one. And so our next one will be the September, October. We'll be working on that beginning in August. If anyone has any submissions, ideas, articles, everybody did a great job last time in helping to get that newsletter out, and we love it when the community contributes, so feel free to do that. That's about it. Everything else is pretty quiet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. And then the pavilion committee, I see Doreen's here and also Mike, so.
I think Mike's going to speak.
Okay, he's on the phone.
Don,
There we
can you
go.
hear me? Okay. I don't know. I just called up, so I don't know where I'm at. In part of the what part of the meeting I'm at.
We literally just got to the pavilion committee section.
It's Kismet. You called right at the right time.
Okay. Am I giving the information for the pavilion?
Doreen is nodding her head yes.
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 Okay. Okay. We had some questions for the pavilion opening per Don. Taylor Morrison will address this as they are advised. No need to address at this meeting from Pavilion Committee. I'm going to pass on the parking lot right now and do that a little later at the end of the this portion. Plants, the plants at the northeast pavilion appear to be dying or struggling. And per Don, the landscape committee has been advised that a valve was shut off, and they're asking homeowners not to play with the valves. Patio lights come on before sundown and remain on after sunrise, wasting electricity. The electrician is coming out Thursday to look at this time per Don. We asked about the floor outlets in the pavilion and the status of that, of the community room electrical floor outlets. This question was asked by Mike Grant, and answered to him that the floor outlets do not work and will not be made into outlets.
Actually, I'm gonna piggyback on that to clarify for those that are on the call. There were additional outlets installed in the pavilion floor that weren't the original plan. And unfortunately, they were well-intentioned, but they wound up being empty because there was a broken line underneath the floor. And in order to make them functional, we'd have to rip out a huge section of the pavilion floor. But they were a well-intended gesture by the electrician, thinking that they would be nice to have extra ones, but they wound up not executing as ideally as one would like. So that's what Mike's referring to. There are actual outlets that do work in the floor.
Do we know where they're at?
Yeah, it would be hard to describe, but one of them's actually by some of the tables, but there's a wall outlet right near it that does work.
Okay. Getting back to the parking lot, the status on that, this was repaired per Don. With blacktop, there has been no standing water recently. I asked the person who had a problem and slipped and fell this last time. This is actually the second time that we know of. And I took a couple pictures and sent those on to that person, and that person indicated that no, there's still ice that can be formed, and slippage is still a valid thing to be worried about on that, without any rock salt thrown out on that.
But we now have materials and rocks are in the shed outside of the pavilion as well for homeowners to distribute on the ground as well, right, Dawn?
Yes, we do, in the trash closet. But that was patched. The area in question was patched.
I took a picture of that, and I can send you those pictures, Dawn, if you'd like that. I can do that.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and address?
I didn't see a patch. What I saw was a little edging or an indentation of about a ½ inch to catch the water and divert it to the drain in the corner. I didn't see a patch.
Yeah, why don't we discuss because that was actually something that is, yeah, something that we need to talk about and talk about the concerns as well, if there still are concerns, because it was definitely angled and sloped to direct the water to the drain. The previous problem, it was just too flat and the water wasn't going. So go ahead and send Dawn those pictures and we can discuss that later on our next site visit.
That's what I have for the what the pavilion has.
Okay. Anything to add, Doreen?
No, I can't think of anything. I know Heather is online with us too, so she may have something.
Well, we'll just talk about it later with you guys, just because we'll have to go into more depth in the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So those are our current committee reports. Let's see. Dawn and Christina, do you want to go ahead and dive into your management report?
Sure, I will do that. So our annual calendar, I usually do those updates at least once a month and repost to the Oak Tree portal. So that was done. The pavilion cleaning service cleaned the patio furniture, pillows, and the pavilion furniture in June. The HOA landscaper Monarch has repaired irrigation issues and is working on retention pond maintenance. From what I understand, that was mowed this week. And then they are pulling the tree and bushes that have died, and they will be replacing those, and they have removed tansy. Updated annual 2020 annual calendars on the portal under documents. Our handyman installed a hand sanitizer station in the gym, clock in the pavilion, and restained the preserved trail railing. We also received 4 more pavilion table chairs, which he assembled. And just a quick update to that, what I got just before this meeting is that a new pavilion table is coming tomorrow. And so I'll be there at the pavilion to grab that. And then the pavilion handyman will be assembling that as well. Nova is working on oak tree orientation materials and videos. And I've been working with a few homeowners to give their input, and that's been very helpful. And I'm really excited when we go ahead and unleash those training videos. We have a tab on the portal now for training videos, and I will be updating those. Management is finishing up an oak tree request for additional info. This will cover updated emails and phone numbers and age verification. We are required to audit the HOA's 55+ status. There will be an e-blast announcement with a how-to upload your documents, secure video, which I just recorded today, to the portal via resident request sent out by the end of July. The Oak Tree annual audit and tax return were completed and posted on the portal. And just as a reminder, I've had a few homeowners that have emailed me and said, did you get my text? And so I just want to let everyone know that I don't have text capability on my management phone. It is an office phone. So you can contact me via phone number that's in my signature, email, or you can submit a resident request in the portal. Those come automatically to me. And just for some updates and reminder for the board and for homeowners, portal updates, there were 154 registered members and 187 emails on file. We've had a total of 123 ACC requests that have been processed thus far year to date. And then at the last meeting, we talked about a SurveyMonkey survey that went out May 4th. The results were 81% yes to some signs in the preserve. Those signs have finally arrived. We were missing some hardware, so we got that taken care of. And those will be installed the first week of August. And then, as the board knows, I submitted some reports with ACC notes, work order, resident request to the board.
All right, so I guess we'll jump into the Taylor Morrison update. So as you know, we're HOA. Karen and I are specifically HOA. So we grabbed well, my screen just moved, sorry. I was like, that was not what I wanted to see. We did get a statement from warranty because I know a lot of people have been asking Dawn and we're not connected to that, but I did get an update from our warranty department. For homeowners that closed from April 2018 to September of 2019, so that would put you in your 1 to 2 year of your warranty. You'll be receiving a correspondence from Taylor Morrison and kind of just sort of explaining how warranty will function for you. Right now, just due to a lot of, uncontrollable situations, they're very backlogged, and not being able to get into people's homes has been really challenging. And so warranty has quite a few work orders to work through. So they're prioritizing certain visits, especially like the 30 days and urgent, like mechanical, like I have no heat or, something of that nature. So if you have specific questions about your warranty and how to submit and just want maybe to talk about your warranty and how this may apply to you, you're more than welcome to reach out to the warranty department directly. And that's the main office number, which you should have, the 425-586-7700 number, and ask for warranty. But basically, if you have a 30-day customer care visit, that will probably most likely get taken care of, as well as some very time-sensitive third-year warranty visits. Anything else that's non-urgent, you're more than welcome to submit a request for. However, it may be postponed till a more appropriate time where they can actually get into homes. So we want to make sure we're able to address and have personnel available for emergencies as well. So like I said, if you have specific questions on how it may affect you, please reach out directly to warranty, not to Dawn. She's not connected to warranty. I think everyone on this call knows that by now, but just going to reiterate that. And then I know another burning question has been sales. Right now we're at a closed 160 homeowners. We have 11 pending sales in the books right now, up to November 13th of this year. So that's pretty good. A lot of upcoming homeowners coming in. And our sales have been pretty good considering that it's a pandemic and whatnot. We've had about 19 sales in the last 5 weeks. So Oak Tree's moving at a good clip. So that's promising and good to know for those of us that are still clocking that 300-ish count. I see some nodding heads. And I know a couple people have expressed concern regarding, I don't see you doing foundations. And they've noticed that we haven't been out there putting in foundations for new homes. Nothing to be alarmed about. It actually probably would have happened whether or not there was a pandemic. We had about, we had about like 34 homes that were in various stage of spec or construction that was standing inventory. So part of our being acquired by Taylor Morrison is their approach is a little bit more conservative in terms of how far out they build and construct and ahead of our sales. So we basically were kind of catching up and kind of leaning back into a parameter that they're a little bit more comfortable with. So you should start seeing us start doing some more foundations and whatnot in September. So don't be alarmed by that. We just had a lot of inventory, which we're able to sell right now, which is great. So I know that a couple people had expressed concern about, I don't see you building. We're still out there, we're still doing it. For Karen and I, everything is status quo. We're still plugging along with the same plan of the 300 mark and whatnot. So I think we feel pretty fortunate. You know, we weren't completely impervious to effects of the pandemic and whatnot, but we're moving on at a pretty good clip out there. So things look good. Let's see. Those were the two main, pavilion. So I know that there's been a lot of questions to the Pavilion Committee and to Dawn as well. And with Governor Inslee's update last week of reeling back people who are in phase 3 to groups of 10, it means that the pavilion is still going to remain closed. Taylor Morrison does have a little bit more of a conservative amenity reopening approach as well. And so I think until we can kind of safely move forward, we will at that time for sure. We've been, you know, anticipating an update. So hopefully one of these days we'll get one. So I know another question that was brought up yesterday in our committee meetings was reservations. Those of you who may have a pending reservation, as soon as we can honor those, we will. It's just the part of Taylor Morrison's amenity phasing and reopening is limiting outside guests. So a lot of reservations are wanting outside guests. So at this time, we're not honoring those reservations. If you were homeowners, just as you all are now, want to safely socially distance and wear your PPE and hang out on the outside patio of the pavilion, you're more than welcome to. But we're just not honoring outside and encouraging outside guests at the pavilion or in the community in that regard. So hopefully one of these days we will get back to a normal. It'll be a new normal, but hopefully we'll get there, and patiently awaiting the reopening. Did I miss anything, Dawn? Karen, did I miss anything?
I think so.
I don't think so. Just double checking. All right. So if I didn't miss anything, I am going to open the floor to you. So I guess this is your opportunity to unmute if you have to ask a question or have a comment, whatnot. It's like watching the Brady Bunch a little.
I know.
I get a little distracted.
So I have a question from Susan and Joe asking, what about the gym? And the gym is part of the pavilion, so it would be the same. We won't be opening up. I know I had some requests to open up the gym on an appointment basis, but the problem is that nobody's there 7 days a week to monitor that.
Correct. In order for us to do that, we'd have to have someone monitoring and facilitating like sanitation and whatnot, and we really don't have the means to do that.
And then a question, last fall there was talk of providing a different sort of budget for the year 2020. And so this was at our last meeting, we had Deke from Nova, and he presented a forecast so that everybody could see year to date what the expenses are. And I posted that on the portal, but if anybody wants to see the individual June financial or another month financial and a copy of that for whatever month, then just send me an email and I'll send it to you.
I also think the question is, yes, you will be seeing two versions of the budget. Your full build out, which is not changing, but I think the request was to have a 2020 or a 2021 in this case breakdown, and forecast will help. What Dawn's saying is that forecast will help project and show us what we're kind of anticipating and looking at. So yes, we'll have a smaller, more reduced budget. I don't want to say realistic. That's why I'm doing that, because someone called it that, but yeah.
Based on actuals.
Snapshot, there we go. Smaller snapshot. Does anything else come in?
Any other questions? Just got
I have
those
one
two.
too.
I haven't. Here we go. Whoop. Okay, so what is the 300 mark reference?
Ooh, that's a great question. We must have a newer person. That's awesome. So the 300 mark reference is part of Taylor Morrison's plan and sort of our trigger point to starting to launch forward with developing the villages, which is the larger amenity clubhouse. So that is kind of our marking point of where we need to be at with sales and or closed home or a mixed book of said product type. So that's the 300 mark.
Everybody's excited about that 300 mark.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fred's like, yes.
So the other question is, do we have some sort of lock on the grills? That there was a concern about young people using the fire pits. And so actually I have an electrician coming out tomorrow. He's going to be looking at the timer of the exterior pavilion lights. He's going to be looking at plug by the barbecue. He's going to be looking at seeing there's some lights in the retention wall that is behind where the grill is. And so he's going to look at those lights being out. And so I told him about asking if there's some way that we can make some sort of controls for the fire pit. And he's going to take a look at that tomorrow. Any other questions?
And if you think of a question after this, feel free to send it to Dawn.
Absolutely.
Address it. And if additional questions pop up after the meeting, we can always do kind of a follow-up e-blast / post on the portal to capture any other additional questions at that time.
Also, we're recording, so I will be posting this on the portal. I know the last time I had a few folks that missed the HOA meeting and they were so upset about it, and I said we're going to start recording these so you can go to the portal probably by Friday. I have a site walk tomorrow at Oak Tree, but probably by Friday I will have it saved and posted on the portal so you guys can watch, or if you know neighbors that were unable to make it, they will be able to also watch.
While we're waiting for additional questions, if they pop up, I'm just going to do a general blanket statement. We pretty much had the same conversation with the committees yesterday. Just a reminder, and we'll just be constantly doing certain things, so some of you may hear it a lot. Just remember that the Facebook page is meant for homeowner use. It's not an HOA page. So if you have specific questions or issues or concerns, please make sure that they get to Dawn. Sometimes that stuff is getting on the Facebook page and it doesn't get to us always. Sometimes we get it second, third hand, but really it should be going directly to management, Dawn, or the board. Mm-hmm. So just keep that in mind, because I think sometimes it just gets misplaced. We want to keep that to community-based things, like, hey, I need a carpenter, or, hey, look at this funny little meme, or look at my garden, like community-based, fun, nice, positive stuff. So keep that in mind.
Not seeing any other questions.
Anything else?
Don't see any.
Well, we could awkwardly sit and stare at each other. Or I could adjourn the meeting. I didn't know if anyone was like frenetically typing at the moment. So if no one's got any other questions, what we'll do is adjourn the meeting at 4:40 p.m. And like Dawn says, when she can get it saved and loaded up, she'll get it posted on the portal so then other homeowners can participate and watch as well. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. It's pretty short and easy when there's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
thank you all.
Sign off. Good night.
Thanks,
Good
everyone.
night.
Thank you.